What's up guys, King Boost back again with another video, and today we are showing the monster strat that I created, the engi spac, in 3 power-ups with the specific power combination Jolly Boost, Lightning and deactivated abilities. So since I was not grinding this week, or for a bit, I'm not going to be grinding hard, I just have an experimentation of a load of stuff, and I made this strategy. I've not seen this power combination with this strat before, or ever really this strat played in a more aggressive light. And so as long as you get it right, it's really consistent. I've only lost to one triple passive person when I played it correctly, and so that's a really good thing about this strat, because you send a massive rush. Oh, you'll see what happens, but so it's a very passive strat. You want to go factory route, because you'll see if you go, you'll just see from the replays how it goes. But basically, you want to go early game, you want to spam the engis, and then for about round 10ish, you want to get your trap, and then you want to get a spac tree at the end. And then if they send a lot of rushes, you want to go for the 3-2. If they like all out or send a massive rush, or sell all the plantations, or are playing aggressive, you just sell everything and go for the 4-2. And then once you get the 4-2, the 4-2 just covers you until about round 20. And then you need to do a little bit more for a BFB and stuff. But no, it just all covers you so nicely, and then just lets you send this massive rush. And the activated abilities is so underrated. It's actually, I think I got to say, for a later game, the activated abilities has to be in my opinion, kind of biased now, it's got to be my favourite, in my opinion the best later game Sabo power. It's a really strong, as you'll see from these clips. Anyway, so I'm going to show you 3 again, as I would normally do in a grinding guide. But it was a pretty good feeling to invent a strat that then works. Anyway, so I don't have the live games. I did like 7 games or 8 games testing with Yikes, where I basically just told him to try and counter me. And I won the first one, lost then like 2 in a row, and then like won the rest, even though I was like, you just want to counter me. And one of the ones I lost, it was like just playing really badly. And another one, he had to use his ninja 4th with dartling, glue, farm, triple passive. So yeah, and then the only match I have probably lost was against, which I played it correctly, was against triple passive with ace 4th, dartling, farm, ninja, and then massive ace 4th, just kind of countered the rush on Dread Balloon Cave as well earlier. So there was not really anything I could really do about that here. Anyway, so I'm going to show you the first one is like a good defend with the main all out, and then you'll see the other 2. So yeah, we're sending a BFB with deactivated abilities. Shouldn't really have done that, but it's not the end of the world. You got 3 deactivated abilities. You want to use 2 for your main rush. But no, so basically you'll see so far we've just farmed really hard with this minimal defense, and this means we have loads of money for round 22. So our main rush, we start round 24. We send a space UMG. Then it goes into round 25, because round 24 is really short, and then you can defend that. Then you're just all out BFBs after a few UMGs, and it tends to work anyway. So here we have our defend, so just to show that you can defend this kind of caliber of a rush with no boosts. Is why I like this so much. It's so solid. So the 4-2 will defend about 5 more ups. Not fully tested that, but it depends how close they are together and stuff. But so you just need to spike storm, sell factories and stuff, spike storms over and over again. Look how he has nearly no money. He has all of it in his ninjas. He has none of it in his farms, except for that BIA he just put up. We're about to rush him, so it's fine. And another spike storm just to be safe. And we sold the engi, and now we're just going to all out with BFBs. We normally do and these ninjas are on strong, you'll see, or most of them are. So look how many ceramics are building up now. And just a amount of ceramics, just going to overload him. And it happens a lot of games, just ceramics from all these BFBs overloading. We could have sent so many BFBs. But no, so that's the first game. The second game. So this one was just super safe, and it's our biggest rush. So this is a good example of the rush. So he's playing double 2 passive powers and then a knockout. And yeah, so basically with the lightnings, you want to try and save. You want to try hard to save one at least for rounds like 13 plus, because that will enable you to have just like a 1-2 or a 1-1 spike factory at the end with your trap, and defend a rush earlier in the game. And then you'll have to get like a 3-2 if they re-rush you again, but that's a lot of money. This guy's playing knockout, so we can always use some for the knockouts. Kind of up to you, I think, between whether you want to spam like 4 engineers or go for a like a 0-1 or some 1-0s. But yeah, I think I like having 1-1-0, because then for pinks you only need 1 more engineer. I think that's a bit cheaper than getting like 4 engineers down. So that's what I'm going for. But then yeah, really it's just really passive. If you could like, if pinks will send if a few pinks could force an upgrade against like a dart or something, you want to send them. But otherwise, against like dartling, I'll send blacks to force the upgrade. But I probably don't want to send too many pinks, because once you have 4 plantations up, all you have to do is sell everything and you can defend any rush, and that's a really good thing to have in the back of your mind. So we're gonna doesn't matter if you get the trap up a little late as well, because you can just lightning it, and then as long as you've got 2 left by that point, you just have enough to use that to greed. So yeah, so round 13 we have 4 farms. I normally get the factory up between round 14 and 17. Unless they're playing like eco choke and super aggressive or something like that, and then you might get up a little bit later. Yeah, so you can see we got normal start. It's good old cock mean Asian guy, most likely. But yeah, so he's going to knock out our engineer, so we're going to rebuy it over here. Just some quite quick thinking, because you can't just go straight for the 3-2, because there's not a big enough spike pile yet. So you need to go for that second engineer if they do something like that. You could pre-place one like here. Similar thing for Snowy Castle. For maps like Swamp is not as big. Yeah, and so talking about maps, you want to use it any map where the like AI and descent balloons go on the same path all the way. So like Dread Balloon, like Swamp, not Park, because that has 2 different directions. And then obviously ones which have good engineer spots as well. They're the main requirements for this strat. That's the only real weakness of this strat. There's certain maps which it just can't be used on because of the type of map, but otherwise, yeah, it's so strong like this. I'm going to see how big and he's going to use his 4th as well, by the way. But you'll see how big a rush we send him shortly. So he's not the best player, this guy, but he's alright. I've seen him around quite a bit in like the high arenas, so I can stay up there. But yeah, he's gone for... He is a factory and a plantation. I got 2 factories. So yeah, it's a massive farm lead. And still not... I should have gone for the 4-2 then. I just wanted to test out how... Because it's all testing, because I've only been doing this a few days. But it's just been so strong. But I was just seeing if we could survive that. And we barely could. We should have gone for the 4-2 before that. But all worked out fine in the end. So round 23, almost ready for a rush. He's got 2 factories. We have 2 factories and loads of other farms. Could have a 3rd factory, a whole factory lead on him. He's got Tempest for no reason. Yeah, so now we're going to send our first Space UMG. Start of this round. It's going to come out now. Now we're going to deactivate abilities for the first time, which blocks like Phoenixes and stuff and ninjas. He's going to start sending back at us, but we sent first, but he stalled it. So because he stalled it, we now know that we need to defend the BFB. He's going to knock out the 4-2. We can just rebuy that quickly. But look how big of a rush we send him. We can see sending a rush. Thankfully, just about had enough. We almost over-rushed him. if we sent too many BFBs, we wouldn't have enough to be able to defend at the end here. But yeah, so we used another deactivated abilities, which stops him from stalling more times. Use another one in a second, most likely. But no, now here, trying everything, but no, too many balloons. We managed to get rid of just the BFB, and so we managed to win that game. Now, the third and final game, I'm probably going to do some lot more on the future, and you could see some more games on my streams. It's the Straw Daddy. I DC'd him the first time because it was like Swan Lake or something, and that's got 2 balloon paths. This is a good, even though this has like a split, it goes down the same area. The engi spots are really good, and the end spot's the same. I guess the end spot the same is the main thing, because that's where your spike factory goes. But yeah, so I'm gonna start have one engineer, a 0-1 targeting on last for this spot, and my second one on first, which is just above and to the left. But no, so dually could boost round 3 or 4. I think 3 is a bit better, unless they play. If they send you reds, then go round 3, then go round 4. But if they don't send reds, then try and go for round 3, because you'll get that plantation up a bit faster, and then you can just tank some pinks anyways. Unless they have salted, then you're on a lightning, of course. I've not played too many aggressive players, to be fair, but it feels like it should be just quite an easy defend, where you just lightning to be safe, and then get the 4-2 up. And once you got the 4-2 up, you just win, I guess. The 4-2 can defend for so long. But yeah, so blacks are a little bit of a pain. Blacks are the hardest thing to defend really with this strat, because you need quite a few engineers. The spots are quite good for this, and he didn't send that many blacks, so we were alright. But yeah, he's also playing quite an interesting strat. Playing the Cobras with copy eco, and not copying our eco yet. And then with a Spectry farm, a Spectry boomer, sorry. But yeah, and his main income source until recently being his Cobras. So yeah, there's a bit of a meme strat. His mine's more consistent. He's going to send a little rush here. He's going to price gouge as well, which is a bit of a counter because it makes his Spectry upgrade so expensive. But not overly. You can survive without it. With one lightning we could defend. That's why we save the lightnings where we can, rather than using them just to not leak as many lives earlier on in the game. Yeah, you want to use the lightnings for around 13 to 15 or 13 to 18 rushes, I guess. And then when they send like loads of yellows or loads of greens if you're really out of place. This is the really sketchy bit. He sent us a massive rush here. And I'd just gone for the factory, so I had to really quickly decide if I thought this could defend. And bearing in mind it doesn't look as bad, but it still looks really bad on the screen because of the screen lag. But I decided in the end that it was just getting so far, and not as far as this, but I just decided we had to sell the factory and go for the massive 15 upgrade. But as soon as this comes down, it's like the big one just going everywhere and managed to clean up the rest of the rush. I thought I was dead. It looks like I was dead, but we survived. And then, so now our farms suck again, but I think I roughly calculated that it was worth it to just resell the whole thing and rebuy it. And that will allow us to get a few more farms up. And so he's got a really small defense now, you can see as well. And now he's going to try and all out with PFBs. And then price gouge as well. I think he price gouged a little bit too early. But I don't play the strat. Price gouge strats too much, so maybe it was correct. And then he's got almost no defense, but just spike storms. Once we get them down to Moab players, as long as they don't all come with a similar gap, we win. So yeah, 4 Moabs left. We got a 4-2 up. We spike storm again to be safe, but not necessary at all. And now round 20, but he's just all outed, so I'm very confident. And I know he doesn't have a damage boost, so I'm very confident just to deactivate the abilities. No Spike Storm, no Turbocharge. DFA will have no Ground Zero, no Fan Club. Boat pull BFBs. It counters so many strats. Tech Whiz can't do anything really. It's just so strong. Darling Boomer doesn't have a Turbocharge. You beat so many strategies, it's actually kind of unreal. But yeah, so that's the strat. And yeah, this random clan I made somehow filled up. I don't think these guys... Oh, what's this guy I want to see? Alright, he looks new because I do not think we are going to get another 100k. I don't think anyone's going to manage to conjure up another 100k when the second highest guy is 120. And some people still don't have the minimum of 1 key needed. So, as a result of not being able to get 1 win, these guys are going to go. Oh, you only need 1 key. You can't get 1 key. Then you don't need the free 5k meds. Okay, it's not. Anyway, that's the video. I'll probably just cut this out. Alright, see ya. Have a good day.